For 45 years, the Buddha taught the world the Four Noble Truths he discovered at his enlightenment. And he taught only this Four Noble Truths and nothing more than the Four Noble Truths. That truth is called noble because the realization of that truth means realization of the supreme bliss within us, the actual, real truth within us. The Four Noble Truths is the four aspects of the same truth. The basic truth in us and outside us is that everything, every step, every incident, both in us and outside us, is subject to constant transformation. This transformation is due to a certain cause. The cause is the energy of transformation. Therefore, the basic truth is transformation. The second truth is the cause of transformation. The third truth is the ending of transformation, complete ending, forever. And the fourth is the technique of ending this transformation. In his own word, in the words of the Buddha, in Pali, this transformation is called dukkha. Dukkha means changing, degeneration, pollution. Everything in us and outside is subject to a process of transformation. And that transformation is caused by the mental transformation, the transformation of our mental items. It means transformation is a mental activity, the basic mental activity. We experience this activity as our thinking process. Thinking is a mental activity that is manifested by waves of mental energy. Cropping up of thought, it's vanishing in another thought, cropping up, or birth of another thought, the decay of that thought, and the death of that thought. Instantly, the birth of another thought. That is, the thought process is in us. The basic activity in us that we identify as our thinking. We think of things that we like or dislike. Liking and disliking is caused by mental magnetism. The basis of this magnetism is the mental thirst. The basic thirst is the thirst for sensory pleasures. The desire for certain items, the thirst for items, mental objects. And that thirst gets manifested in two ways. One manifestation is positive, the other manifestation is negative. The mind desires to have what is pleasant, and at the same time the mind has a desire, the thirst, to get rid of things that are not pleasant. One is a positive desire, positive thirst, and the other is a negative thirst. The thirst for getting something is positive. The thirst for getting rid of something is a negative thirst. Both these aspects of mental thirst or desire is caused by an illusion in our mind. Ignorance of the reality of such mental elements, mental events, mental incidents, mental transformation. Enlightenment means the realization of the truth, the active truth in us. That is dukkha, transformation, and its cause, the energy that supplies the transformation, that causes the transformation. And that cause is called tanha in Pali, the Buddhist language, and trishna in Sanskrit. Both means thirst originally, but in this context it is used to mean mental thirst. As thirst is the energy supplying for the transformation of mental incidents or thoughts, what we call, is the cause, and the absence of that cause means no more mental transformation. The mind gets perfectly tranquil without any activity. And cessation of mental activity thinking is called nirvana in Sanskrit and nibbana in Pali. Reaching a state of a tranquil mind within us, non-vibrating mind, non-active mind, and it can be put an end to by a certain technique that the Buddha found out through his own experiments. And that truth is called the eightfold path to enlightenment. That is the technique of enlightenment. The main purpose of the Buddha's teaching is to teach the world this technique of enlightenment. The technique of enlightenment is one of the four aspects of the truth within us called Four Noble Truths. In Pali, the Four Noble Truth is called dukkha, samudaya, nirodha and magga. Although we refer to four aspects or four truths, they are really four aspects of the same truth. Truth means the reality in us, not the ultimate reality. The practical reality in us is our mind is active. Active means in a state of transformation. Any activity is a transformation, changing from one state to another state, changing its position, changing its nature, changing its power, and so on, changes. Therefore, changing or transformation is the basic nature of all mental activities. Attaining enlightenment means the cessation of all mental activities. It takes place in two main steps. First is the cessation of thinking. The two main activities of the mind are sensing sensory signals, that is, becoming aware of mental objects. That happens automatically, indeliberately. The eye can see without thinking. The ear can hear. The nose can smell. The body can feel the touch of objects. Indeliberately, naturally. Therefore, one aspect of mental activities is being aware, sensing of sensory signals. The deliberate activity of the mind is thinking of what the mind becomes aware of. Enlightenment means the cessation of all these activities. At the first stage, thinking ceases, retaining awareness of sensation. At the Nirodha Samapatti called the trance of Nirvana, even sensation of mental objects ceases. Then the mind becomes empty of mental images, mental formations, and that is the ultimate truth that one realizes by enlightenment. The empty mind, called Sunyata in Pali and Sunyatva in Sanskrit. Empty mind is a silent mind, not talking inwardly to oneself. Thinking is talking to oneself inwardly. Therefore, the empty mind is a tranquil mind, without any vibration, without any motion. Vibration means a motion. Motion means a transformation from one state to another state, both in time and space. Transformation. Therefore, enlightenment means cessation of all mental transformation. Therefore, it is called dukkha nirodha. Dukkha, in Buddha's word, dukkha means transformation, literally. Literally, it means degeneration. Whatever that is generated is subject to degeneration through decay and final cessation. That is a transformation. Decay is a transformation. Generation is a transformation. Degeneration is a transformation. Cessation of degeneration too is a transformation. Enlightenment means going beyond all transformations. Finally, At the passing away of the Enlightened One, both the mental and physical transformation within oneself come to an end perfectly and forever. Thereafter, there is no more mind, no more body in existence. Therefore, final passing away after enlightenment means the ending of the body and the mind. According to natural death, the body gets degenerated and the body dies, but the mind remains alive and occupies another body. That is known as rebirth. Passing away after enlightenment means no more rebirth taking place after the death. That is the perfect ultimate bliss to be realized according to the teaching of the Buddha, according to the Four Noble Truths he discovered. That is cessation of transformation, dukkha nirodha. Transformation is caused by energy. Using energy means heat in the mind. Heat is generated in the mind by mental activity. Cessation of mental activities means cooling down the mind, and it gets cooled down forever at the final passing away of an enlightened one. We can realize the cessation of mental transformation called dukkha nirodha or nirvana or nibbana in this very life in a state of meditation where the mind gets absorbed in a trance and at the nirodha samapatti, the trance, even sensation ceases. First, the sensation caused by sense organs, external ceases, and at the last stage, the sensation caused by the mental sensory organ too ceases. That one can realize temporarily for some time, on and off, in this very life, through Buddhist trances. And it becomes perfectly ceased at the final pass away of an enlightened